welcome back to my channel. I'm Jenny. Today's video is going to be a tutorial on the cat eye that you see right now. This is an older video that I filmed a while back, but I'm just now getting around to editing it and I still think it's a nice video, so I'm going to go ahead and post it. So if you want to see how I got this look, just keep watching. I'm going to start with my eyes first since I'm going to be using tape to get a sharp edge. I've already primed my eyes, and after taking off some of the stickiness on the back of my hand, I'm going to go ahead and line it up with my lower lash line because that's what's going to be the most flattering to my eye shape, to get that kind of sharp cat eye look. And it is a little goofy looking and it can be a little uncomfortable, but it is a really good way of getting a nice sharp wing. So to start, I'm going to take this matte kind of yellowy cream shade and I'm going to just use this to set down the primer. Going into these two shades on the second row, I am now going to put this on the outer crease and the outer V area. Now going into these two shades down here on the third row, I'm just going to do basically the same exact thing, except instead of coming all the way like up in here, I'm just going to keep this shade these shades a little lower. Taking this small flat top brush, I am then going to go into this dark brown shade. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing, and I'm not even in the shadow. That dark brown shade, and I'm just going to kind of stamp this on the outer portion of the eye and then blend it into the crease a little bit. I just want this darkness to kind of stay out here in the outer portion of the eye. Taking my finger, I'm going to go into this taupey kind of shade, and I'm just going to pat that on the inner half of the eye. It's going to kind of brighten it, but without being too brightening. Taking that same flat top shade and that dark color, I'm going to just blend the two together. And then taking a fluffy brush, I'm just going to kind of blend all of the edges. So now I'm down to the liner portion of what I'm doing, and I'm going to take the black shade, which is the very last shade in the palette, and I'm going to line my eyes first, just like regular, just outline the eyeball. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to wing it out like right along the tape so it'll be a nice sharp edge. But instead of pulling it back in and connecting it, I'm just going to kind of blend it into the shadow so it's more of a like ombre wing, I guess. Gonna blend out the top sections of it so it's not such a harsh top of the line, wing, whatever this is now. And then just kind of blend that out too, down the sides. And then what I'm gonna do is take that black again and I'm gonna kind of concentrate it along the tape so then it actually does kind of have like a line, and so you can tell that it's supposed to be liner instead of just like pointed eyeshadow. So now I'm going to take off the tape. So now I'm going to take a makeup remover wipe and just kind of clean up right around through here. And then what I'm going to do is take a Q-tip and I'm just going to run it along the edge to kind of make it not as harsh, because I do want it to be sharp but not very, very, very sharp. So I'm just going to kind of blend it out a little bit. So my camera shut off while I was doing something else. And so what I did while it shut off was I took this small kind of domed blending brush and I went back in with that darker brown and I kind of like brought it down into the center of the eye just to kind of make the smokiness kind of fade in more. It looked a little weird with just all of this darkness out here, so I kind of brought it in a little more, so now it's a smidge more smoky, but that's fine. So now what I'm going to do is apply mascara, and then I'm going to put on lashes. The mascara I'm using is the Voluminous Millions Lashes by Loreal. So the lashes I'm going to be wearing today are the Midnight Lashes by Kiss. Yeah, Kiss. So now what I'm going to do now that the lashes are on, I'm going to go back into that black shadow, and I'm going to kind of connect and make it look like there's a liner there. So now that the top part of the eyes are done, I'm going to move on to the face, and to do that I am going to use the e.l.f. Aqua Primer Mist. For foundation, I'm going to take the Revlon Colorstay in the shade 250. Oh, this is the Combo Oily, by the way. And I'm just going to take a pump on the back of my hand. Just for some giggles, I'm going to take the CoverFX Custom Enhancer Drops in the shade Moonlight, and I'm going to take the teeniest, and I mean the teeniest, amount and just kind of put that right on the tops of the cheekbones for a little bit of added glow. And I'm just going to take that same brush and just kind of blend it in on the tops of the cheekbones. It is so pretty, and I haven't used it in so long. For concealer, I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. Since this is such a light concealer, I'm going to go in with the Physicians Formula Nude Wear Touch of Glow Concealer in the shade Nude Glow. I'm just going to put... It's going to kind of neutralize it where it's a yellowy concealer. This peachiness is going to kind of neutralize. Going into my Tarte contour kit and the setting brush that came in that Wet n Wild set, I'm going to go into the peach and the yellow shades and just use those to set under the eyes and everywhere else I put concealer. Going in with what is technically the blush brush from this set, I'm going to go into my regular Wet n Wild setting powder and just set the rest of my face. Now what I'm going to do is go in with brows, and I'm going to go in with the Lala Fox Brow Pencil in the shade Gray Brown and just fill them in per usual. To set my brows, I'm going to be using the Ultimate Brow Mascara by Wet n Wild in the shade Nothing But Brunette. It's a nice tinted brow gel, so it's going to make them a little darker than what they already are. That's why I went with the lighter brow pencil. Going in with a mixture, with that same brush that I used to set, going in with both of the contour shades, I'm going to mix it. Mostly the lighter shade though. I'm going to contour with these. Taking this big fluffy brush from that Wet n Wild set, I'm going to go into the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer and then put that right where bronzer goes. Taking that brush, the blush brush that I use for powder, I'm going to go into the NYX Ombre blush in this shade Mauve Me. It's this really nice purpley mauve shade, and I'm going to just put it on. My camera stopped recording because my memory was full and I didn't even realize until I had already done a bunch of stuff. So I apologize, but to highlight my inner corners, I use this silver shade in the Morphe palette. And then I highlighted my face. And to highlight my face, I used this older BECCA and Jaclyn Hill palette. The shades that I used are permanent now, so you can still get your hands on them if you're interested. And I used a mixture of Champagne Pop and Pearl on my cheekbones and down the bridge of my nose. It did get a little more highlighty than I was expecting, but I still think it's pretty, so I'm not going to complain. So for the lips, I'm going to go in with the Bite Beauty Multi-Stick in the shade Brioche. It's this really nice, pretty berry shade. So this is the final look. I really enjoy how it turned out. I like the smokiness of it and how it's mostly matte. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and if you would like to subscribe, please feel free, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.